Okay. Hi, Feynman. Let me share my screen for the agenda. Here's my screen now.
Yes, see, we can see.
Okay. Yeah, so let's get started. So today we have three topics. The first one is actually from previous meeting. We didn't really have a further discussion on this issue. And this issue, I would like Pritesh also join because he provided some comments. Another topic is about the triage issues. Um, uh, as you may know that we have issues created in several repository recently. So we need to triage those issues. And also we will have an upcoming 1.2 release and also later on 1.3 release. So we need to put the issues in the right milestone and assign it properly. The last one is from Rakesh. I think it is to address some review comments. So let me check whether Pritesh joined. Maybe we can start with Rakesh's topic first.
Yeah,
Pritesh didn't join yet. Yeah, we can talk about
alright.
your topic first, Rakesh.
Yeah, this peer has been open for a while now, and I think I addressed all the comments that Shive posted. I think this requires one final review. So Shive and anyone else who want to look at this PR, if you can review it, I think that would be great. I don't think I have any specific comments to discuss here. I just wanted to um, notify everyone to take a look at this so that we can close the blob signing spec changes.
Okay, thanks. For me, I also take a look at this PR. I'm not a maintainer in this repository, but it looks to me once Shui's last comments was addressed. And I also saw meaning requested changes. So it's better that meaning can also review and approve it. Otherwise, we cannot merge it.
I see. Okay, I will take care of that.
Yeah.
Shive, can you review this today?
Sure, I will review that today.
Thank you.
Okay. Then we move on. Pradesh didn't join. But anyway, I think we can start to discuss this support for OCI 1.1 stable release. So I created this issue in notation repo to track the discussion on the 1.1 GA release to support OCI 1.1 GA release. The purpose of this issue is that we align what we need to do, and then we can create issues accordingly and plan it accordingly. So I listed some questions here regarding to my thoughts on the on the support. The first one is, as you know, that we have this experimental feature, allow referrals API, not only during sign, but also during verification. Oh, Pradesh, I saw you. Thanks. So for this experimental feature, we have a flag allow referrals API. This flag is not only used during signing, but also during the application. So the first question is that we should consider stabilize this feature to make it stable. And this one is actually related. I mean, there are some other questions such as currently by default we use referrals tag schema, right? So during sign, if we do not specify this experimental feature flag, it will be referrals tag schema used for store signatures. I think currently, if we keep the default, it is okay. But from the verification part, this is what I really want to discuss. So when it comes to verification signatures or list signatures, so currently by default, annotation use referrals tag schema as well. But this can be a potential issue since OCI 1.1 is stable now. So maybe there are some implementations based on Notary Project signatures or using some other tools that the Notary Project signature is attached to the images with referrals API. So in that case, with this default behavior, that means if user use command notation list, the signatures that use the referrals API will not be shown to the client. Will not be listed to the client. So the similar thing to the inspect and the verification. So this is what I really want to discuss. So for the from the Notary Project point of view, how we can properly handle this case and provide the best user experience to the user, so that the user don't need, I mean, by default, don't need to distinguish between referrals API and referrals tag. And as you may know that from the OCI distribution spec point of view, so if registry support OCI 1.1 specification, that means no matter it is the referrals tag schema or referrals API, it will be returned to the client. So this is another question about the default behavior, especially when it comes to listing referrals, listing signatures, and verification of signatures. The third question I put here is that whether we can also know that the timeline of some popular registry in the market about supporting OCI 1.1. And this will also help us to maybe considering the default behavior, especially if registry they support some fallback mechanism. Ideally, that if registry support fallback, then from client point of view, we can always try referrals API, right? It will be deterministic based on the OCI specification.
On the third one, I think we don't really need to worry about that because there would always be a registry out there which won't support this. And since we always want to be backward compatible, we cannot transparently migrate, right?
Yeah, that's true. the main concern from my side is that, as I just explained, there could be notary project signature using referrals API, right? So in that case, our default behavior, user will not see these signatures. They need
Yes,
to
and we should
be,
call out in documentation.
yeah.
Unless, so the thing is, like, unless you want to do a major version bump, they are like, is there any way to make this in backward compatible manner? And I don't see one.
Yeah, that's I want to discuss here. It's not some decision I want to make. I just want to bring up this and want to have a discussion in the community. Yeah. So if we change the behavior, that will be a breaking changes. So any thoughts from other folks in the meeting? I think the main concern from my side is from verification point of view. Of course, we can document, but still it is not a very desired experience because user need to make some decisions based on some instructions that they didn't see this signature is not because issues on clients, they need to try some other flag to see whether they are signatures. If you try those flag, there's no signature, that means no signature, this image is not signed. It's not a very good experience. Any comments from other folks? From verify point of view, if experimental feature allow referrals enabled, if I remember correctly, I think we only fall back to the ECR scenarios. Maybe Shui can comment.
What do you mean by ECR scenarios?
I mean, previously we didn't make allow referrals API as the default one. One of the major reason is that it is not deterministic based on the registry implementation. So so when we use allow referrals API, for example, towards some registry, if they did not support that, I mean, how we detect that? If we can detect they are not support, then we will do the fallback, right? My memory is that currently we support limited scenarios for the fallback. For example, if we enable experimental allow referrals API, we are using notation list. So, I mean, there are some response code, right? I remember previously we discussed about that. So only some limited scenario we consider to do the fallback.
So the reason we are not we always doing the reference tag schema because we are not sure if the remote registry support reference API or not. At that time, the stack does not have a deterministic way to determine that. But for now, I think yes, it's deterministic way. For example, if you want to push a manifesto with the subject, the uh, the the server must return a OCI subject header. But if the remote registry doesn't support it, it will not return. And if we just want to query the referrals, it should return like 200 with a OCI index. So if the registry returns other things, then we think the registry does not support the referral API. So we can still evaluate that using the outstanding fallback.
Thanks, Shui. I think back to Pretest question, we can figure out the current behavior later, but from the support OCI spec point of view, once we make this experimental feature stable, we should follow the OCI specification for the fallback scenarios.
I agree. The reason I was asking was to see if we can do automatic fallback for verify operation, because yeah, I do see the concern there. If it can be done transparently without breaking customers, then yeah, we should do it. Like I haven't gone to the new the 1.1 spec, the newer release. So yeah, but from what I heard, Shiva said is like earlier there was no deterministic way to figure out whether this supports OCI 1.1 or not. But apparently after that, after RCC, there was a change there where the registry has to pass headers to say that they are 1.1 compatible or not. So if that's the case, then yes, we can do for verify API. But yes, let's like confirm that before we make the call.
You mean the fallback scenarios?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely to support the OCI 1.1, to make this feature stable, we should do the fallback based on the specification. But
Yes.
yeah, but the question is, at this moment, we still need to use this flag, right?
I mean, yes, I would say that let's fix it behind the flag, and once we are comfortable with it, we can just remove the flag any day, right?
Yeah.
Right now, what I heard from Shiva is even our experimental behavior is not in sync with v1.1, right? Like it's not actually performing a fallback.
Yeah, as Shui comments, currently we do fallback for all scenarios.
Yes, I would say let's fix that in experimental feature, and once we have it in sync with the 1.1 spec, we can revisit this about removing the experimental flag.
Yeah, so I think one action will be to support officially the OCI 1.1 spec fallback scenarios for this flag. Then we make it a stable feature. Yeah, and for the default behavior, we currently keep the reference tag schema as the default, and we document the potential issue that I mentioned, that if signatures use reference API for storage, and then user may need to use this flag to list or verify signatures. So yeah, if no further comments, I will comment on this issue, and probably we also need to update some documentation, plan some documentation update for this.
Yeah, but we decided like let's do first step would be to fix the behind the experimental, to have a fix behind the experimental flag with fallback, and then we can remove that experimental flag, right? So we have to create an action item first to actually have this feature in sync with OCI 1.1 spec, where we actually do the fallback.
Yeah,
yeah, not the force one based on the header. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we need one work item to not to remove this flag. It is about still using this flag and make it stable according to the behavior of the OCI 101 stable release. Does that make sense? So for the referrals API support, it still will be under this flag.
Sorry,
Yeah,
just to double check. Do you mean the allow referrals API for notation verify and sign? We will still mark it as an experimental until we have a fallback mechanism confirmed.
It's about that. To make this feature, so first we still use this flag for supporting referrals API to make it backward compatible. And the current behavior, we should update the current behavior to conform with the OCI 1.1 spec, the fallback scenarios. So currently we fall back in all scenarios as Shui comments in the chat. So we should follow the specification for the fallback. So with that, we will consider this feature to stable. Yeah, experimental flag, the environment variable. So once this allow referrals API, we support it, we want to support it stable, we will not require user to set that environable variable. Yeah, basically as Pradesh comment in the chat.
Just to be clear here, for sign, we won't change any behavior. It would always be with allow reference API flag. But for verify, once we have it, and that we can do it transparently, we might consider dropping allow reference API flag for verify operation.
Uh,
So there are two use cases for sign. We for sure want to give user control to choose whether they want to use OCI 1.1 specification for storage or OCI 1.0. But for verify, if we can transparently do fallback, then we should go that route.
yeah, I think that's ideally. Yeah.
Okay. Let's document that also.
Yeah, we should document that.
Thank you.
I saw one comment from Akash.
Yeah, this is for the mixed scenario where you have OCI 1.1 support. So the refers API is enabled, but then you also have existing indexes that were pushed to the registry already. Is it basically guaranteed that the refers API will return all the refers, including the old index-based refers, or is it up to the client, in this case notation, to also query for any indexes that are there?
Yes, I think that's the behavior in the spec that the registry implement referrals API should return should consider the tag schema scenarios, return all the refers to the client. I think it's somewhere in the spec. So I'm switching to the spec and I think I found it somewhere. Let's check. Maybe it's on the backward completely. No.
Yeah, no worries. If you've seen it, then I think we should be covered.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I found yeah, in the spec describe this behavior. So maybe I can check it and send you the link. Yeah, as Shui and also Saji also comment. So I think it is true. The referral PI is present. As Saji mentioned, it should also supersede the tag schema. Yeah. Yeah, so I think referrals API is the ideal way, especially when it comes to the verification. So from sign, the user may choose a different way, but from verification point of view, referrals API is ideal that because it can return not only the referrals API but also the tag schema which user pushed previously. So it's the ideal way to do that. Okay, I think as a summary for this issue, so we need first to update allow referrals API this flag to update the behavior to comply with OCI 1.1, and then we will consider removing the experimental flag on this flag so that user do not need to use it. And last but we can also consider from verification and also list and inspect command that we can by default use referrals API. Feynman, please.
Yeah, I have just one small concern here. When we support OCI referrals API as well as the OCI v1.1 GA version. So from end user point of view, I think not all of those users, especially new users, are aware of the OCI v1.1 change, and they might not be familiar with when should they choose referrals API or use the default text schema. So my suggestion is that maybe we can document or write a blog post for these two flags, right? For example, in which scenario users should choose the default text schema for the best compatibility, and in which scenario they can choose referrals API to store their signature in container registry. For example, maybe they can consider when they consider better performance and signature lifecycle management, they can choose the referrals API. So I think we will need to educate users the scenarios behind these two flags or these two behaviors, because during my recent communication with some new users, they are not really understand the mechanism and also the benefits of these two behaviors.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's true. We need to once we have all the behaviors aligned, I think we should first document the behaviors and also the changes on the existing flag. After that, we should have a user document for that, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I think this part is not that easier for end users to understand. It's just my concern from the end user's point of view.
Yeah, That's true. Ideally, users should not worry about the format that they used to store in the registry. But in the real world, it is the case, as you mentioned, they are different way in the real world. But from the I think from Notary Project point of view and also from tooling point of view, we should support. We should make the experience smooth and also provide the maximum backward capability. Yeah. Okay, thanks. I will firstly add a comment in this issue as we just discussed, plus Feynman's suggestion on the user document. And later, we should consider maybe for some specification. I mean, in the specification repo, we should maybe update some spec document as well for the behavior. And I think also CLI specification, we also need to do some adjustment. Okay, I think we have alignment on this issue. I will go ahead to comment and also create maybe other work item issues to track the implementation. Okay. Yeah. I think the last topic is to charge issues. Before that, I would like to see whether any other things folks in the meeting you want to discuss you think is more important. Because for the charge issues, it may not be completed one time in this meeting. It could be iteratively that we do the charge. So before we start, I want to see whether there are any other issues that you want to discuss.
Not something special. I just want to share for preparing KubeCon EU. I recorded a Notary Project updates recording, a video to announce to just briefly introduce what are the major updates in our few releases recently. I will be able to share that video later. And the related slide and script can also be shared later. And I will need maintainers to give some feedback for the video. And meantime, Cynthia requires us to submit a blog post for our announcement at KubeCon EU. So we will also prepare a blog post for that event. So if that blog post is ready for review, I will also share that link for our maintainers to take a look.
Okay, thanks, Feynman. Okay, then we will start the triage issues. So first of all, I want to clarify something that so normally we should have a regular cadency for triage issues. So from my in my opinion, so we should at least triage issues in all the repository weekly. But if we cannot do that weekly in an online session, but we should consider some offline charge. This means that bi-weekly charge that we can clean up issue as early as possible, which can avoid that we have a lot of issue pending not charged, and also some issues can be created by users, and they are also waiting for some feedback. So it's ideally we should charge all the issues in all the repository weekly. This should be some rules that all the maintainers should follow for their own repository. And And another thing about the triage, what does triage mean? Triage means that we should check the issue to see whether it meets Notary Project's scope, whether it is within the scope. If yes, when should we plan to fix this issue? It could be bugs or features, and then we should, if we are aligned, then we should assign the issue to a probable milestone. And also, if at that time it is feasible, we should also assign to the people who will work on the issue. Okay. I think today we have several repositories, so I think we can start from the specification repo first. I think I already opened it. I just. Okay, as you can see, we have a few issues that we didn't address yet. I think we can, according to the title, I think we can start from the yeah, we talked about the OSI 1.1 support, right? We just discussed, and then we should update the specification accordingly. I think there's no problem for doing that. So I would suggest that we should consider the support for our next release for the specification, which is 1.1. So if you agree with that, I will update the milestone for this issue.
Actually, I think we need more description and details for supporting or updating Notary Project specifications to align with ImageSpec v1.1. A simple link here means nothing to me. So I would expect that we can document or describe the plan for supporting ImageSpec v1.1. Maybe Rakesh can help to provide more details on this.
I think
please go ahead, E.
Yeah, I mean, Rakesh, I think he dropped this meeting. Yeah, Pritesh, go ahead.
So I think this was about the specifications which we have, and there was some comment about fixing something there to make it OCI 1.1. In his blob PR, there was some comment about it, and that's why he opened that issue. So if you open that, that it's linked to that PR, and we might be able to search for this issue in that PR. Yeah.
Yeah, but it did not go to the comment directly.
Oh, okay.
Because
we should have fixed that.
we have a lot of comments.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I think this issue originally from this PR review. That's from the specification point of view, we should also follow the 1.1. I think details we can later figure out the details what content we need to update for the spec. But firstly, we can have a targeted date. I think from my point of view, the next release we should target in the next release for the update. I mean, the next release of the specification. I think it is also 1.1. If you agree, we can update the milestone.
Sounds good to me. I think the general plan is to align the Notary Project spec with the latest OCI spec v1.1.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, then we can discuss later who will work on this. And I'm starting from this 2 weeks ago. Then the thread model, this is also from the review results of this PR. Yeah, this one we have a comment that the PR that Shui mentioned. So I think from my point of view, I think this is the left items from the artifact blob sign specification. I think we should complete it in the next iteration of the spec as well. Because Rakesh didn't join, I think I would like to assign this issue to Rakesh and also update the milestone to 1.1. Is that okay?
I think assign all the issues to me assign this issue to me for time being. I can talk to Rakesh and see if he's going to pick it up. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I can just assign it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can come up with the timeline for this, because I know that you are working on the blob sign for the next release. I think that is the implementation that is also important. So maybe you can discuss with Rakesh for the timeline. I think it's better that we can get it done in the next specification release as well.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot release the blob signing feature without updating thread model, so we'll have to do it.
Yeah. Then at this moment, I set the milestone to 1.1. Yeah, I forgot to say that once we triage the issues, it does not mean that we cannot update it later, because things may change. There could be some other priorities. So that this is the decision at this moment. We are triaging this work. And with regular cadence of triage, we can adjust the priorities as well. Okay. Then I think this one is a wrong issue. I mean, this issue is in the wrong repo. It should be the notation CLI repo, and to the user asking for a new installer. So I don't think we need to discuss more about this issue. Just wait for the user's feedback and transfer this issue to notation. Yeah, this is a new issue. I think we have a yeah, as this user also listed some other issues that are related to trust policy. As you may know that that currently trust policy, we request user to specify the trust identities, and the trust identity is in a format where the subject distinguish name from the 509 certificate should be specified as trust identity. So there are some issues reported. For example, some short name not supported. I think this was reported by me, and also some users request to relax current subject DM field values. I think Pradesh also comments on this issue. And this user actually asked similar things on the trust identities, but request passing the UID attribute. Yeah, maybe I can open this one as well.
Yeah, I think we should tag it to 1.1, and but this will require fixing notation also.
So Pradesh, you mean support UID? For this issue is especially related to UID. You mean support the UID from the specification point of view in 1.1?
I mean, UID is tricky. Actually, we can. Oh, this was because of, okay. Yeah, I do remember why it's not supported. This was because of a security bug. We disabled equal hash, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think we need to dive. We need to dive deep here. We need to understand the issue. If I remember correctly, there was a security issue in notation while passing in LDAP library, and because of that, we disabled passing of trusted identities where it contains equals to followed by hash. Yes, I need to dive deep here. Like, I think we need to verify why we did this. If I remember correctly, it was intentional.
Okay. I'm not sure whether we already have some I mean, the discussion you mentioned documented somewhere. How about that, Pradesh? I can assign this issue to you. You can, if you record the discussion, maybe you can comment this issue for the potential security concern as you mentioned.
Yeah, let me ping if I can find one. Okay, let me see if I can find one. Sure, assign it to me.
Yeah. Okay, then we firstly, Pradesh will find the discussion and the comments. Then later we will see what's the next step for it. I just opened this one. Relax subject DN. Also, Pradesh, you also comment. So so for this issue, from the user point of view, it mentioned that the state or province may not be true for some other companies. So, and also from the current trust identities, we didn't require common name. So user is asking about that, whether we can relax the support for the state or provenance and also considering common name. Pradesh, you also replied. Um, so that means, yeah, from user point of view, also common name, he agreed that it's not the minimal.
Good. Yeah, I think we can, then someone needs to make this change. We can decide on this. And let's target 1.1, but I don't think I will have a bandwidth to implement these changes. I can get this spec approved, but not for implementation.
So you mean that we can consider it in 1.1 for this?
Yes, I can get the specs merged, everything, make the updates, but not the implementation one. I won't have bandwidth for implementing the change.
Mm. Yes, I think with that, yeah, we also discussed this that the different repository can have a different release cadence. So we released, for example, spec 1.1. That does not mean that notation will, I mean, ideally it should comply with the latest specification, right? So yeah, from this issue point of view, Pradesh, what you plan to do is that to update the specification for the requirements on the trust identities, right? To relax
Yes.
the support for the state and the provenance.
Yes, I can work on that.
Okay.
Can you add a comment that, okay, we will be making the spec changes as part of this and open a new one for implementation?
Sorry, can you say that again to?
Can we add a comment? Or I'm like, I will add a comment, it's okay. Like basically, as part of this, we will only update the spec implementation. I will just open another issue. I know, link it here.
Okay.
Let me do that, yeah.
Should I also assign this issue to you?
Yep.
Yeah, and the milestone. I think from the specification point of view, I think I can also work with you if needed to that I can also update the specification.
Okay.
So
Thank
yeah,
you.
so we can discuss that later. So let's first targeting on 1.1 to do the relax. That okay? I can then discuss with you later how we can share the load.
Yep, works for me.
Yeah, I think with this update, it will also consider this one as the user list, and also I think this was created by me. That's for the short name. Yes, I think this will both covered by the specification. So I will also mark this 1.1. I will then this to myself. Okay. We have 3 minutes. I think we can complete charge the specification first. For this one, it was opened by Freeman previously for a release related to this plugin specification updates. So I think because we already released plugin in 1.1, notation 1.1, and also I think there are other, for example, the blog sign specification was also committed, also merged in this repository. So I think we do not need to do a release for the plugin specification. We can combine all the items in specification 1.1. I mean, we do not need to do a new release anymore for the plugin.
Correct.
Just to confirm, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, Freeman, you want to say something?
I think we can close this issue as no actionable items for this one because we deferred the specification release to the next cycle.
Okay, yeah. I will close that. And the specification update related to the convention, it will be included in specification V1.1. Yeah. Although the proposal is V1.1, but the new V1.1 will have the 1.1 will have a other scope as we just discussed. Yeah, I will close this issue later. Yeah, we only have 1 minute. I don't think we can discuss this one. It's about the trust policy registry scope. Currently we support a wildcard for any registry, and we also support a list of a repository. This issue is asking for support a list of a registry. I think we just on time. We can discuss this in next meeting. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all for today's meeting. Yeah, thanks to everyone.
Thanks.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, folks. Have a nice evening, nice day.
Bye.
Thank you, Yi. Thank you, everyone. Yi, I wanted to see, sorry, that you're working on the milestone, right? For
Yeah.
the next release, I'll just connect with you offline to get some clarifications, okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Yi. Thank you.
Yeah.